and welcome to another spectacular adventure from Lexx Education. Dribbling. It's the Comedy Science Podcast where comedian me, Laura Lexx, tries to learn history to her nerdy, normal, younger brother, Ron.
Whoa! That's me, Ron.
He's a spicy meatball. Hi, Ron.
Hi. It's interesting you bring up spicy meatballs, Laura.
Did you just find one down the back of the sofa?
No, that was actually the wrong segue.
Oh.
Why do they say that? You don't get spicy meatballs. Meatballs come in like a marinara sauce.
Maybe that's the way we have them, but maybe elsewhere in the world people are eating meatballs of all kind of persuasion.
But people say it in an Italian accent, a very accurate Italian accent. That's a spicy meatball.
Yeah. Where does that come from? Is it a quote from a film?
I know Homer Simpson says it.
Oh. Well, he's just an idiot, so...
That's...
Oh, no, it's in the mask, Ron. Oh. And it's an Alka-Seltzer commercial from 1969.
Yeah. AI's just informed me of that as well.
I didn't use AI. I actually scrolled some YouTube videos.
Oh, I Googled it and AI inserted itself into my life in a way I didn't ask for.
Mamma mia, that's a spicy meatball. Cut. What's the matter with that? The accent. Cut. Cut.
So what I'm watching here is a...
Tasty, micey, ballsy, ballsy. Take 59.
It's a man sitting at a table, and his wife serves him a plate of meatballs.
Sometimes you eat more than you should. And when it's spicy besides, Mamma Mia, do you need Alka-Seltzer? Alka-Seltzer can help unstuff you, relieve the acid indigestion, and help make you your old self again.
Mamma mia, that's a spicy meatball. Cut. Okay, let's break for a while.
So it's Alka-Seltzer trying to convince you meatballs are spicy so that you'll eat Alka-Seltzer after you've had a meatball.
No, I didn't think you got the point of that ad at all.
Isn't it? What?
No, it's about the actor having to do multiple takes so he's eaten too much so then he has to have Alka-Seltzer.
Oh. But...
And then at the end it's like, okay, let's break for lunch, because then he has to go eat again.
Oh.
Laura, you're a comedian.
But then why would you have spicy meatball in the advert? Why wouldn't you just be like, that's a delicious meatball? Why spicy?
That's a tasty meatball.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why spicy. I guess maybe it's both. Maybe he's had to eat a lot of spicy meatballs.
Food, yeah. But then why wouldn't you be like,
That's
you wouldn't be able to do the accent, but
Yeah,
well, you would have done in the 60s. You're like, goodness me, what a spicy curry.
Yeah.
I bet somebody did make that advert back then.
And then Homer and the Mask popularized it.
Yeah, just 30 years later to an audience that really absolutely knew why they were doing it.
But why is the meatball spicy? Put that on the Patreon list, Laura. We should do a deep dive into spicy meatballs.
Ron, just give me some headlines about what that episode is going to entail, and I will think about it.
Well, I think one of us can do sort of like a factual thing of like, here are some meatball dishes that, or some dishes from around the globe that could be
Do you reckon
like
Helena
described as
Snackenborg
spicy
ever had a
meatballs.
meatball?
I mean, they're Swedish, so maybe, but they're not spicy. They're actually quite bland.
Really bland.
And then we can do accents of like, that's a spicy meatball when we find one of these dishes. And then the other one of us can do the deep dive on, why it was spicy in that. Are they referencing something else? Was there another ad at the time where they're like, that's a really spicy meatball?
All right, Ron, I'll put spicy meatballs in the list. can't believe we're going to do spicy meatballs before we do Aristotle.
Why are we doing Aristotle?
I don't know. It's one of the earlier ones. It's on
really?
Detentron. It's just after magnets and before hypermobilism.
God, we still haven't done magnets.
No, I still don't know what a magnet is.
Yeah, I don't think anyone does.
Charlotte the podcast asked me a question earlier on, a science question. She's asked,
why is this meatball so spicy?
she did, as I was shoving them in her mouth for breakfast. Shut up at your face and eat the meatball.
Take 59.
She's taken a lunchbox full of Alka-Seltzers to nursery today in her briefcase. She asked me why sometimes when you pick up your cup, the coaster sticks to the bottom. And I said the surface tension of water creating a vacuum.
It's just the surface tension of water. I don't think it's creating a vacuum. But yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, nice.
Great. Because this weekend, she asked me what at meant. And I don't know.
At?
Yeah.
As in, like, I went at the beach.
That's not a sentence, but
Well,
yeah,
I went
we're
at the beach.
the beach.
I went at the beach like I'd just eaten a spicy meatball.
She said, you know, like, we're at the beach. She said, what does that mean? I was like, it means at, doesn't it? It's like a useful word for making a sentence with.
Yeah.
Sort of means pointing to a place or a location direction.
At means it's where you are or where you're headed.
Or where something is. Or
But it's also...
pointing towards.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a vector, kind of.
Ooh, like paella.
Yeah.
Yeah. Luckily, she asks another question almost instantaneously after she's asked her first question. So if you ever don't know the answer, you can just move on. But
you're still thinking about it.
I am still thinking about it. I looked it up and it was like it's a preposition. So like there's a whole brand of words like the. What does the mean? It doesn't have a meaning, but it's got a use.
Yeah.
And I think at is a bit like that. It doesn't mean anything.
It's like those bits in Lego where they're just like a one up, one down, but then they also have a hole and a noggin on the side. And it's like, that's not anything, but it is in between stuff.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is, Ron.
Yeah, those are prepositions.
Yeah. Ugh. It's tricky, this thing we call life, isn't it?
Yeah. Got some comments on today's episode, Laura.
Yeah?
Yeah. Salen says, I mean, it's pretty much just Lexx conversation now. But that's not stopping me listening and loving it. Hey, let me finish. But that's not stopping me listening and loving it. And Chris also commented.
Hang on. Before we move on to Chris, I object to the idea that I was ever educated. There may have been attempts at education going on, but quite frankly, it never went in. So there has been no change to the contents of the podcast.
No, that's not true. There's been no change to the contents of your brain. The contents of the podcast has changed quite a lot.
It was a catch-up episode.
It was a catch-up. But they're saying they like it, Laura.
Yeah, sure, but it won't stop me taking offence from a compliment.
Yeah.
I got thin skin.
Well, I won't read you Chris's comment.
No, go on. What's Chris got to say?
Chris was basically just saying, keep the part about the chat, throw in the occasional fact to keep it educational. But then he wrote quite a lot. He implores us not to fight. I think Chris is cut from the same anxious bean cloth that we are.
Which fight was he mad at?
No, he said he loved that episode
fight?
because we didn't fight at all.
Oh, okay.
The Christmas fight, though, Chris backed me up on, though. Yeah, Chris commented a couple of days ago to say that you lost it.
Who the fuck is Chris? And how does
Chris
he know
Bates,
my Christmas
absolute
plans?
top legend, number one listener.
How does he know my Christmas plans? By the way, this year, Ron.
Yeah, what's that mean? Tell me.
We're all going to Northampton.
Oh.
Hey, Festus here. Just so you know, Tom hates this fest bit with a passion. Tom, do you want to come and talk to Ron about it? He doesn't.
Why does he hate it?
He doesn't think it's nice to call people names. And I said, but what if the names not mean because it's so wildly inapplicable? And then he said, is this a bit you've been doing a lot? And I said, well, it comes up, like if I see you in the garden.
He's always roaming the moors in the garden.
He said he's not sure he wants to be a long-term character in our thing. And I said, ugh.
Going on for 4 years.
Yeah.
But Uncle Fester has it, to be fair.
I said Uncle Fester's a legend, and so are all of the Addams Family-ins.
Yeah.
Like they're like Mr. Beans because they're weird, but and that's like plural.
They're creepy and they're kooky.
Yeah, exactly. But they're quite happy with who they are, so they're not underdogs.
No, and you're more of a sort of Cousin It kind of figure.
I don't know, Cousin It's. I don't think I'm much like an Addams Family.
No.
They're too secure in themselves.
Yeah, you might be the people at camp, I guess.
I'll be at Camp Chippewa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's a good bit. Don't tell them that there's episodes named after it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has brought me tea though, so that's nice.
That's nice. No one's brought me tea.
No.
No.
Well, who would Judith be? She's quite secure in herself.
Morticia. She does like to dress in black.
Yeah. You're not much of a Gomez, though.
What is a Gomez? I haven't seen these films in
Oh.
decades.
Can we rewatch The Addams Family for the Patreon?
Right after Spicy Meatballs.
Okay. Fine. We've got a lot on this list, Ron. We're never going to be able to stop doing this podcast.
Well, no. Well, I mean, if we do continue not addressing the list and just doing adventure books for
Did
6
we do
weeks.
an episode on Avicii? I've ticked Avicii off the list. Was that episode?
That was
where
part of the smorgasbord.
That was the smorgasbord, I see. Okay.
The smorgasbord. Now, that was a good ep.
Yeah. We should do
I
another
know.
one of those, clear some of this stuff.
Yeah, maybe let's do that because we're going to be a bit backed up with Patreon.
Yeah, because
After
we've got, in the
Majoli's.
Detentron, we've got magnets, Aristotle, hypermobilism, Taylor Swift, Scientology, alternative energy sources, mysteries of the pyramids, the Channel Tunnel, Stockholm Syndrome, NATO, money lending and usury, bird evolution, Snackenburg again, legal gender equality, Sarah McQuaid, I can't
Yeah.
remember who that is, would Marlon fuck Nemo, and hot dads.
We did an episode on hot dads.
Did we?
Yeah, for Father's Day.
Oh, yeah.
We can take that one off.
Taking
The
that
rest
one
stands.
off.
Yeah. Yeah, because we'll be a bit backed up on the Patreon, so we'll do another smorgasbord when I'm back, I reckon.
Okay, yeah. And then we'll have to do a sailing episode.
Maybe. Yeah.
Ron's going sailing.
I do want to do a full episode on Taylor Swift, though.
Yeah, I'm down for that. I love Tay-Tay.
Like, I want to understand.
Just listen to the music, Ron. Let it flow through you.
I mean, obviously, I've heard lots of Taylor Swift
No, but
music
have you
over the years.
felt it?
No, that's why I don't get it.
Yeah, that's the thing, I think. You're listening to it to hear it as music, whereas what you have to do is use it as a time machine to become an angst-ridden 12-year-old girl.
That's not what time machines do. But I don't think it's on me. like I think that's putting so much of the onus on me to enjoy it.
no.
I think the music should make me feel.
But it's
I
very
don't
much
think-
like, you know, you listen to Pink Floyd, you want to listen to the album.
Right. So
If you listen to a single song, it's going to do nothing. And it's the same with Taylor Swift. If you don't listen to it lying on a single bed in a pink wallpapered bedroom, you know, with the wind tapping a tree against the window and your secrets in a tear-stained
you've
diary
never
under
done
your
that.
pillow. What?
You've never done that.
That's my whole life.
You don't have a single bed or a pink room or a diary.
I lie in Child of the Podcast's room and listen to Taylor Swift. I don't have a diary, no. I've never been very good at keeping up with a diary.
No, you live life out loud.
Yeah.
There's no need for them papers.
Well, I have therapy. That's like a diary, isn't it? I'm sure
Only
she
if you
makes
write it
notes.
down. Your biographer is going to be bereft. They'll have to listen to all of this.
Yeah. God, can you imagine writing my biography? How boring.
I think as long as you're interested in sort of cook, serve, delicious and the M4, you'll be fairly interested.
I'm actually back heavily into Plate Up this week.
Oh, yeah.
I've been battling climate change anxiety with online
Fuck,
video
he
gaming with
does.
youngest sister of the podcast.
Very nice.
It's pretty cool. I was weighing up this week because obviously, you know where I live, backs onto the South Downs. And obviously we've had months and months and months of drought. And then this weekend, my 2 doors down neighbour had a bonfire.
Oh.
And I was just like, how thick do you have to be setting fires in your bone-dry garden that backs onto miles and miles of national bone-dry park? And then I was like, do I go round or do I let him burn down my neighbourhood because I'm too polite to tell him to stop?
You went round?
I didn't.
Oh, but it was fine.
It was fine. But I just think it's like criminal behaviour at this
Yeah,
point.
it's mad that you can get a hosepipe ban before you get a big fire ban.
Right? Because,
Yeah.
like, it's just this morning, there's a whole nother wildfire happening in the New Forest, which is obviously just down the coast from us, which is caught from a van being on fire, I think. Like, could have been an accident or something. So it's like, I know all of these things are not, like, it's not like lightning striking in The Lion King and starting them, but that's why we can't be having tiny weeny fires.
Yeah,
Ugh, people be dum-dums.
they do.
Oh, and my tattoo is peeling. I feel like a snake.
You're in itchy time?
Which I think is actually worse than the painful tender time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Itching is horrible.
This itching bit is the worst bit. And because it's my biggest tattoo to date, it's like the flakiest, and there's whole bits of it, and you're like, I want to pick it. Don't pick it.
Yeah.
Ugh. Do you want to do some history, Ron?
Yeah, I thought you hadn't prepared some because usually you're a bit more keen.
I know. Truthfully, Ron, I haven't prepared any. But
Right, okay.
let's not let that stop us.
I did think 20 minutes before you just saying sure to the question 12 suggested not a huge amount of prep had been done.
Well, you know, you don't really like it when I'm super into it. You say it's real boring. So I thought I'll come at it more cash.
No, that's not true when we spend months on months on months just doing Elizabeth minutia.
Elizabeth. Oh, she could have
Elizabeth.
been called Biff. Biff
Biff.
the first.
Biff 1.
Biff one. Elizabeth. Ah, well, in this episode, we're still in Liz Biff 1's times, but we're not really discussing her, Ron.
Cool.
We're talking about traveling the world.
The age of exploration.
Yeah.
Sun never sets on the British Empire. Get back. Pow, pow, pow. Achoo, achoo.
What was the sneezing about?
Because we spread diseases as
Oh.
we colonised
I
it.
see. Yes, yes. And very much we're starting to do that under Biff 1's reign.
Uh-oh.
So the first thing they want us to talk about is why this is all happening, Ron. And one of the main reasons is that trickle-down renaissance that we discussed before.
Yes, it was trickling down from Florence to the rest of Europe.
Yeah, Italy gets smart and Britain benefits.
Britain pretends.
Yeah, so we're going back in the timeline a little way here. 1561 to 62, John Hawkins establishes the early version of the
John
triangular
Hawkins.
trade.
Hawkins. Is that not the name from the guy in Treasure Island?
It is. I think he's called Jim Hawkins, though.
Jim
isn't it?
Hawkins. Carry on.
Jim.
Oh, that's how it starts with the triangular trade. But not the triangular slave trade.
No, not the slave trade. Just
Okay,
sort
just
of
trade.
take one thing, pick up spices, take silks,
Yeah,
drop off
okay.
money, take wood or whatever. Like, it's a triangular trade, but it's not in human life yet. Yet, 15. So that's 1561. They're starting to sort of do that, going right.
When was
official.
Columbus doing his thing? That was what, 1452?
1492. Columbus sailed the ocean blue.
So it's only like 70 years later.
Yeah.
Wow.
1569.
If you're not going to Africa for the people, why are you doing that part of the triangle?
Other resources, I guess. I don't know. Let's do some more research into the triangular trade. Although there's every chance it was early, it just wasn't the industrialized
Yeah.
slave trade yet. Yeah, so he was basically selling enslaved people from Africa to the Spanish colonies.
Okay.
Yeah, it was already in people that early, but it wasn't, it just wasn't as industrialized yet.
Yeah, they hadn't worked out how to make it really efficient yet.
No. His first slave voyage was in 1562. So in 61, he goes to the Canary Islands, and then he learns about the Atlantic slave trade there, selling them into Spain, selling people into Spain. So then he sets off with some ships, the Salaman, Jonas, and Swallow, and they go down as far as Sierra Leone. They kidnap around 300 people, go to the Caribbean, and then begin trading from there for pearls and sugars and things like that. And he did so well at this murderous trade that on his first return he was given a coat of arms, and it displays an enslaved male. Oh, God. Hawkins is widely considered to be the first English merchant to profit from the triangle trade. Gross.
Imagine hearing about something that horrible and just being like, I can profit off of this.
Well, I mean, you'd think, though, like, you hear about that, and people like us, we go like, ugh, disgusting. And then you look at the world now, and you go, everything's on fire. And the first piece of news I read this morning was about an American company drilling without permission in Greenland for more oil. And you're just like, there are just still people today that just go, well, me money now, though.
Yeah, but I can't imagine being them either.
No. But then I think about this, and I think, like, people expect people at the top of oil companies to do that. But then the average person won't even stop eating beef.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of like, you cannot be baffled that the rich won't give up their luxuries when nobody is willing to do the basics.
Yeah.
So that happens in 61. 69, we get the development of the Mercator map.
Yep,
so that's
I know
like
the one.
pretty like a world map. So that's got much more accurate longitude and latitude.
The Mercator projection, where it's like all stretchy at the top.
Yeah. 1580, Drake does a circumnavigation of the world.
Hotline around the world bling.
Probably wiggly
Didn't
line
come to me.
bling. Wiggly line. Complete total all round line bling.
A minor.
And then in 1584, Thomas Harriot's mathematical calculation uses the sun to determine an accurate sailing direction. So all these smarts are going onto the waves.
But It rises in the east and sets in the west.
I don't really know.
I guess if you can measure it from the boat and then work out how longitudinal you are or something.
I tell you what, Ron, here's your homework. You take Thomas Harriot's mathematical calculation and you work it out while you're on the boat with Dad sailing next week.
But we'll be going off the coast of Wales. We won't see the sun.
Well, good luck. You may die.
I'll just get Dad to explain it to me.
Yeah, maybe we should have him on to talk about this.
We should do another Agony Dad at some point.
We should.
Put it on the list, eh?
Maybe can you get some choice voice notes from the boat? Have some late night chats that you record.
Yeah, I guess I don't think that's better than just having him on.
No, probably not. So everybody's thinking new and different and people want to explore and stuff. And obviously there's all this money and things around. So you can invest in people's ships. You'd buy a share in a ship that was heading off. You've got adventurers, Francis Drake, and they've got newfangled technology that they can head off and do. And I suppose there must be a feeling like it's slightly less dangerous than it was before.
I think it's something that I think it's the most exciting thing about this period. Just like the feeling that the world was like not never ending, but, so big that you could never possibly have an effect on it. I think is quite an enchanting thought. And then obviously, there were people in all of these places, but not in the minds of these bad dudes that were going around. It's quite exciting to think, if I just found a place, if I went far enough and I just found a place, that could be mine.
Yeah.
It's quite a cool thought.
It's really hard to understand what it would feel like for a world that had that level of possibility in it, I think.
Yeah. Because you could just be a person and on a boat, and then you find, some gold seam on some beach or something, and then you just be like the richest person in the country like an hour later.
Yeah.
Mad.
It's like the flip reverse of now. Now I think we're so aware of our responsibility. And back then they were just like, the world owes me. Everything's difficult.
Yeah, I mean, to the point, I'm being very careful about the way I phrase this because I'm having to think about,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting to get your head round. And they sort of got that lust for expansion and pioneerism, I suppose you'd call it. And that's all coming at the same time as all this new technology, which is what's making that feeling stand out so much. So you've got astrolabes and quadrants and mathematical change, and then there's massive improvement in ship design too. So you've suddenly got these ships going much faster and able to carry more than they've ever been able to before, and also more protection from pirates and privateers. And then I suppose probably because of the beef with Spain and stuff, you've got a lot of options in privateering and stuff like that too.
I was gonna say, yeah, because was Biff one the first to start hiring pirates?
I don't suppose it would have been she would have been the first, but I think this is when it really comes up on a mass scale.
Yeah.
Probably
She
due to the technology.
industrialized piracy.
Yeah. I can't imagine it is the first because we're an island nation that's had boats for a long time. But
yeah.
I think it might have been Mary's husband. Mary, what was that? Mary had a Spanish husband, didn't she? And it was him that persuaded Mary to put loads of money into the fleet, which in a weird way sealed Spain's kind of sink against the English over the next bit. Because if he hadn't persuaded her to defend that way,
the Armada,
and Elizabeth would never have had the fleet that she had. So it's one of those weird things of history that you go, it's actually a Spanish king marrying a Scottish princess that made the English so strong at sea during Biff One's time.
And we had nice trees to build the ships from.
Yeah. And now we have no trees.
No, you can't build ships like that anymore. The trees aren't big enough.
No, there aren't any trees.
I mean, there are some trees.
Like 4. Most of them are on fire. Okay, so they're heading off. So why was there a growth in exploration? You got trade. Obviously, we're having a big fight with Spain, and Spain's controlling the Netherlands at this point. That's meaning all this cloth and wool that's usually dancing about, Flanders wool, and we're spinning it all and stuff. It's all just a bit of a mess trying to trade. It's almost like, let's say we used to have really open trade with all of Europe, and then it got fucked up for some reason. Can you imagine that getting more complicated in our lifetime? And so people are having to go and find new pork markets in places further afield. So they're
We're
heading
buying
off.
tea from China.
Yeah. So they're heading off to sort of, India and spices and silks and all this new kind of stuff coming in. And obviously because there's Renaissance money and shit from the rich people, it's worth doing that because you know that people at home have got the money to buy it.
Yeah.
And then obviously they discover that they can sell enslaved people, and that starts to build as well. They're finding metal and crops and stuff in the Americas, so you've got starting to colonize over there, and so you've got big funds in there, and then you've got money off privateering as well. So I think Francis Drake started as a privateer, didn't he? So you can just like legit steal Spain's stuff.
Yeah.
Pretty good way to make
Well, they're
cash.
not using it. Yeah.
I guess that's the equivalent of like being ICE now.
I guess, or I don't know.
Do you want to be part of a corrupt military run by a
Yeah.
flame-haired dictator?
You might get knighted.
Yeah. So, and obviously the Americas are just like, holy shit, because they just seem uber wealthy and abandoned as far as the 16th century white man is concerned.
Well, is it not true that by this point they were largely abandoned because Columbus and that had shown up, dropped off a whole bunch of diseases, gone away for some time, and then by the time people came back, like the plagues had done their work?
Oh, I don't know.
Because I think that is the case in at least some regions, because like the whole thing with El Dorado, the cities of gold and stuff, there was like a Spanish guy, or maybe it was a European guy. He goes, he sails like up the Amazon or another river, like through the Amazon rainforest, finds these cities, comes back and reports on them. Then when they come back, like decades later, the cities just aren't there anymore. Nobody can find them, and they all thought that he was taking the piss. But now, as we're cutting down all of these forests, we found like these cities that were wiped out by the plagues and stuff that he brought on his like trip up the river.
Oh, gross.
Yeah.
Maybe that's true of South America, though. I think the North American continent's still pretty inhabited, isn't it?
I think, well, obviously, like there were loads of people there, but like I think the cities and stuff were pretty decimated.
Yeah. Ugh.
Yeah.
For the average sort of young man, the sea is suddenly offering options in a way that there aren't many options round the country, You can sort of, it's a bit of a gamble, but you can head off and there's all this adventure and excitement. So there's that kind of feeling.
The propaganda must have been strong.
Yeah. They're exploring coastlines and things like that. There's all this like trek to find a new way to get to the Far East. So they're like, it's so funny to think about it now because we know maps and stuff, but they're like, I think if we go around the top of North America, we can get to India a bit quicker.
The Northwest Passage.
So that's not, they don't find it, but obviously people are trekking off to try and find this. And
is that what Lewis and Clark were looking for?
Maybe.
Trade
with Asia's picking up. In 1600, we've got the beginnings of the East India Company. We should definitely do some episodes on that. That's fascinating history. Ugh. But yeah, so you've got like silks and spices and all this cool new stuff is starting to come in. So yeah, there's a lot of excitement basically and options that they wouldn't have had before.
Crazy time. Must have felt like when the Roman Empire was massive. You could go and stake your fortune.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, it must have also been equally terrifying. I'm trying to think like what the equivalent now is, and it's probably like the AI revolution, where a lot of us are terrified of it. I wonder if you're a mum, with sons in this point, you're going, oh, do we have to? You'll probably die of these diseases or be killed at sea. Can't you just stay here and be content with what you've got? Why do you need to go and do these completely unnecessary things that we've always coped without?
No, I think it's more like space.
Yeah, but we're not sending lots of people into space. The average person isn't going to space.
Yet.
Maybe space will feel like it in 20 odd years if they do start doing more people. But I don't think the average person is interacting with space that much.
No.
Whereas this young men could be going.
Yeah.
And the riches of it are
yeah.
appearing on streets and stuff. But you've got a race for it. It's a little bit like more like 20th century history. There isn't particularly an option to opt out if you're trying to be competitive on the world stage, because it's not like it's just English people going off and heading. Portugal, Spain, France, everybody's off colonizing and exploring. And when you're at war with all of these countries on your doorstep, if they're going off and claiming these lands and building up these massive riches, you've got to be in it or you're going to be the next thing to be colonized.
Yeah.
Because if you just say, Frankie D, sit down this one out, we're not conquering the new world, and Spain gets a hold of it, bam, they've got all the resources, and suddenly we're having siestas.
Sounds great.
Yeah, I wish Spain had conquered us in the 16th century. Oh, I'd love paella for breakfast.
Roast dinner tapas, that'd be amazing.
I had a roast dinner yesterday.
That fits, yeah.
It was good.
I haven't had a roast dinner in a long time.
I went to a pub for a roast dinner. Felt very traditional Sunday afternoon fare. It was good.
Just on your own?
No, with some friends, some comedy friends.
Oh, yeah?
And Child of the Podcast and Dogs of the Podcast.
Ugh.
We went out, we had a nice roast, and then we went to a play park on the way back. And there's a little splash pond, like mini paddling pool, swimming pool type thing. And Child of the Podcast said, can I just put my feet in it? And I was like, yeah, but I know where this is going, so give me your dress. And then she just had a real old school time playing in her pants in the water. That was lovely.
That's nice.
And then I was like, we need to get the bus home now. You just need to kind of swing on the swing until you're dry. It was fun. It was good. So yeah, the Spanish and the Portuguese and the English, they're doing pretty well in the New World. They're establishing colonies, they're getting gold, and there's good trade coming back. So one of the big guys that's good at this exploring, Ron, is
Magellan.
Walter Raleigh.
Ah, of the bikes.
Yeah. He, let's see if I can send you a picture and you can describe how he looks to the listener.
I'm waiting.
He's coming. Nope. That's me and Alison Hammond. There he is.
Oh, comedy friends.
Oh, she's so cool. I love her.
Did you go for a roast with Alison Hammond yesterday?
No.
Oh, I don't care. He's a very pretty man.
Yeah, he is, isn't he? He's got a very rouge cheek in this painting.
Yeah, very rouge cheek, very fair of face.
Yeah. He's got a bit of a 5 head.
Yeah. The hairline has
He's
not
no
been
Uncle
kind.
Fester.
He's a half Fester. He's a great Uncle Fester. He's got his head looks kind of like a hot air balloon.
Yes. Well, with the pointy beard going to the bulbous head.
Yeah.
It's very
pointy
Megamind.
beard, bulbous head, sort of an Art Garfunkel going through a wind tunnel sort of hairdo, but much darker hair than the Garfunk. Ghostly clothes.
Sexy earring?
Sexy 2 earrings in one by the looks.
Has he got 2 in one ear?
It does look like 2
it
big
does,
pearls.
doesn't it? It looks like 2 pearls.
And sort of the body type of sort of, I don't know, an inflatable man.
It's all very, like, his head and his torso have been made into the same shape. Very
Yes.
round shoulders tapering down to a
Pointing,
pointed
yes.
crotch. Same as the pointy goatee to the head of hair. It's almost verging on a sideshow, not sideshow Bob. Who's got the three... Like,
Krusty.
he's almost got, like, it's almost
Yeah.
Krusty the Clown hair, the beginnings
Yes.
of. I quite like the outfit, though. I think if you modernise that outfit, that's pretty fit.
Yeah. It's quite tasteful. Very, very manicured hand.
Yeah, very pale for a man that's been exploring at sea.
Yeah, very
How's he
pale.
keeping his skin that nice when he's supposed to be weather beaten?
I guess you're always under a parasol.
Yeah. You never think about these things. How, Elizabethan, how to keep your skin nice in the time of Biff 1 at sea.
Put it on the list, Laura. Put
Ah.
it on the list. Skincare throughout the ages.
I want you to do an entire Patreon episode in character as Walter Raleigh being an influencer, talking you through how he keeps his skin nice whilst establishing the Atlantic slave trade.
Yeah, right. Put that on the list. I'll do that.
Nice. So he's one of these difficult people because when you read the first line of stuff on these notes about him, you're just like, oh, you're already wading into horrendous waters of how you teach English history to English people. So it's like, Walter Raleigh became a favourite of Elizabeth's after his success in Ireland.
Ah.
Oh, and the way that that's taught to English children is just like, well done, guys. He was successful in Ireland. And then you're like, okay, should we dig deeper into what success in Ireland looked like?
Was it Raleigh that is credited with potatoes?
He brought the potato back, didn't he?
From Peru.
So in Ireland, he suppressed an uprising in Munster. And got given half of Ireland. Oh, hello, small dog. What are you doing here?
Oh, yeah, she's on the thing behind you.
She's just climbed down. Oh, tiny Yuzu.
Oh, there's both of them.
I think Mackie's in here. Oh, yeah, she is.
I can see Maggie.
They're both in here. Yes, he suppressed the rebellion in Ireland, so it's not great, is it? And basically, as they did then, went, well done, you killed all the locals here, have the land.
And everyone else is thinking, fucking hell, I just sailed all the way to the Cook Islands to try and get some land.
And then in 1584, so she really likes him. She's probably flirting her slutty little head off with him. He's given permission to colonise any land not already ruled by a Christian.
Do they count Catholics as Christians?
Probs.
Yeah, I guess he wouldn't have had power to just start war with Spain. That would be mental.
I think they were already at war with Spain, weren't they?
Oh, yeah.
But he probably could have nicked land off Spain.
Maybe.
In, like, you know, out there where no one's looking. That kind of thing. And he kind of gets like a reverse tax situation with this. So he brings stuff back. Oh, no, just normal tax, sorry. So anything he brings back, he gives a fifth of it to Biff 1. And he's allowed to keep the rest of it. Yeah. I misread it the wrong way around. I thought he was allowed to keep 1/5 of anything he found. But no, it's just...
You know,
so,
you go to some places, that's tax too.
Yeah. Well, I support an 80% tax rate above certain thresholds. But
yeah, honestly, not that high.
Let's not go there. So he goes to
Let's
America.
go there.
He goes to America. He attempts to colonize Roanoke. And they like put down a thing there. But I think everybody dies of diseases because when people go back later, they're like, whoop, where did all these white people go? Yeah. They had no skills to keep them alive. So that sort of fails. And I don't think they ever really... That's my bleak remaking of Pinocchio.
Really tickled.
Yeah, they've never done Plague and Failed Colony the musical thing.
No. No, Book of Mormon style thing.
Yeah.
That'd be good. Yeah.
And it says here, attempts to colonize America were not successful at all in Biff I's reign. It wasn't until James VI that they managed to get anything to stick there.
What about Plymouth? When was Plymouth Rock and all the Mayflower and stuff?
Well, I don't know if they stuck, though.
Because
that was earlier, I think, wasn't it?
Whole thing. Oh, no. No, 1609 to 1622.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
It does put it into more context. Like, you know, when you learn about stuff like this at school and you don't understand why the native people don't reject settlers more. This, to me, gives context on that, like, there have been a few generations of these idiots turning up and failing and not managing it. So you can see why there's not such a desperate eradication attempt or rejection attempt, because they're just like, oh, they turn up every now and again in a boat and they last one season and then they die or go home. There isn't that terrific urgency about it.
Yeah, it's been like 150 years since the first ones at that point.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like that's like 3 or 4 generations of knowing that white people show up and die, steal some stuff.
So you're not as worried. It makes a bit more sense,
If
I think.
you were... It's 1620, Laura. You've put your foot in it in the town square or something, or you've been chased out for being a strumpet or whatever, and you decide you're going to go over on the Mayflower.
Yeah.
So you go to Plymouth, you hop in the Mayflower, you probably have a really nice time on the boat on the way over.
Didn't they like settle in the Netherlands for a bit before they went over, though? They first started to do a colony in the Netherlands, I think, the ones that first left.
Not from what I'm reading here, but maybe that was a different one. But anyway, you've gone over in the Mayflower. You've left from Plymouth. What are you calling your new town when you get there?
That's a good question, Ron. It's a bit like when we play Welcome To and we have to think of a comedy name for the town.
Every time, yeah.
I would call it... Bountiful Plenty.
You wouldn't call it just Plymouth?
No.
I think that's such a weird thing to do.
Well, I don't know though. I think I see the
Not
logic
even
of that.
New Plymouth? This is Plymouth.
No, but you think about it. This is how you think. Where do we live, mate? Plymouth. Right, we live here now, so this must be Plymouth.
I'm Jack, I'm from Plymouth, and I guess... No, but they don't think Plymouth goes with them wherever they go.
But you're saying
wherever I
whole
am,
new
it's bloody...
life.
Never been to London, I'm in Plymouth.
No, but this is Plymouth now.
Yeah, but would you not even call it New Plymouth? Plymouth on Sea?
No, I want Old Plymouth. I'm building Old Plymouth here.
No, that's mad. That's mad. You have the space to call it whatever you want to call it, Best Town Everton or something. Like Hoorayville. Even just like Big Hill
And
Town.
I think
or something.
later people did go on to do that, but I think you land, you're full of terror for what you've done. I don't think the first thing they do is have a meeting about naming it. They just crack on, and they know that they are the people of Plymouth. So before they've even thought about naming it...
Who's brave enough to stick their hands up for the first time and suggest Plymouth?
But I don't think it ever gets suggested. That's just what people start calling it.
Then that's mad.
Well, what were you going to call it?
Because the first person just call it Plymouth. Be like,
We're just gonna
fucking
call it
Richard
town?
doesn't know we left, apparently. What did he think we were doing for 10 weeks on
Can you
that
please stop
boat?
arguing with me? You're upsetting Chris.
This is good-natured, Josh. This isn't like the Christmas thing.
I agree, Ron. I think in an ideal world, you'd give it a sexy, cool new title. But I do understand you've got more pressing issues. You haven't really called it anything yet. You've just been calling it town or home, or it's not even town, is it? It's just whatever. And then before you know
I can just deeply feel that, like, a few months in, I'd be like sat around the table carving the one solitary bean or whatever we've got for dinner that night, being like, I don't want to be a downer, but are we really sold on just calling this place Plymouth as well? Would that not have been confusing for them?
But did they call it Plymouth? I know they called it Plymouth Rock. But is the
No,
town called Plymouth?
They founded a place called Plymouth.
Yeah.
Plymouth, Massachusetts.
Maybe they called it New Plymouth and then eventually the new fell off.
Oh, you're right. They did leave from Holland.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they sort of tried to live there and then it didn't work out either there because they were sort of trying to set up a fundamentalist,
Okay, hang on. Here we go.
Sort of chased out for the same reasons they got chased out of England for trying to set up.
They tried to go to Virginia, but they ended up in Cape Cod. Oh, God, they didn't get there till November. Fucking hell, guys. Well, no wonder it was fucking difficult. They were out
why
of
Thanksgiving's then? Because they got given stuff from the locals because it was November and.
Yeah, but I always assumed that like they'd been there and fucked it for ages before they just got there and immediately needed help.
Yeah, I don't think religious fundamentalism's ever been a great survival strategy.
Anyway,
How long have we been recording?
like an hour.
Yeah, we should probably stop there. We're going to go into a bit more detail. We've had a look at Riley, then we've got Drake coming up as well. We've looked at John Hawkins. There's a little bit more they want you to know about him. Let's quickly cover that off and then we'll start with Drake next time. So this is John Hawkins. He's the guy, he's starting to set up the triangle. He was in Lizzie One's court, clogging up the drains. He's a good merchant. He's quite influential in establishing the Navy. He's quite military. And he's believed to have introduced tobacco to England.
This is a bad guy.
Yeah, smoking and slavery. What a legacy. So yeah, he starts that there. Not great. That's what we need to know about him. Do not like.
No, boo. Boo to all of this, really.
We'll start with Drake next time.
And I'll try and learn some more Drake songs so I can do better bits.
Yeah.
I
He's
only
one
know.
of those acts that you're like, you're very aware that he's huge. And I'm like, I can tell you a lot of memes.
Yeah.
Couldn't tell you
But
a
he was
song.
like a Disney kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, good episode, Ron.
Yeah, fun. Fun stuff from the gang.
Yeah, thanks for listening, everyone. Thanks for your comments. We love the comments. Keep them coming.
We do love the comments. And you know what? Throw us a review. Been a few months.
Yeah, join the... We actually, Ron, we got a new patron.
Did we? Fucking hell.
We did. I believe she was called Luann, and we'll do a proper thank you next time because I've only just remembered.
Ba-bum.
No, Ron, we haven't written anything. No.
Thank you to Luann. You are responsible for setting up all of the worst things in the world. You are the inventor of alarm clocks and stubbing your toe. And crises and earthquakes and all of these sort of
Why
things.
is she getting slagged off? Luann, we're going to write you a proper one.
You invented vapes and disposable batteries.
No, Luann, you did none of these things. You've pioneered against them. You funnel your money into beautiful podcasts of dreamy, happy worlds. You're the opposite of a John Hawkins.
No, you made the Pentagon trade. It's going to more places with more people and more boats.
Don't listen to him, Luann. We'll be back next time with a proper thank you for Luann. We're very appreciative of our patrons and we will not slander them.
Boo, Anne.
Thanks for listening, especially you, Luann. Colonization dismissed.